Hello, I'm Jody Hendrix, Principal Broker for Keller Williams Market Pro here in Northwest Arkansas, and welcome to the fourth quarter 2013 Northwest Arkansas Real Estate Report. Total unit sales for Northwest Arkansas, that is Washington and Benton County, stood at 1610. Compared to last quarter, that number was 2131, so we've seen a little bit of decrease quarter over quarter. The same period 1 year ago, fourth quarter 2012, we saw sales at 1432. So yet we're trending downwards in the short term. Nice little year over year increase. Fourth quarter average sale price was 178,000 and change. For the same period 1 year ago, that number stood about equal. However, price per square foot is up pretty good at $83.60 versus $83 same period 1 year ago. Total current inventory for the I-540 corridor, that is Bella Vista, Bentonville, Rogers, Springdale, and Fayetteville, stands at 2534, down slightly from inventory at the end of the third quarter of this year, but up sharply over the same period 1 year ago. Currently, with sales velocity where it is, we're sitting at about 5 months of inventory, deemed ideal by most real estate analysts. Sales by city. Fayetteville sits at 268, Springdale at 227, Rogers the high point at 320, with Bentonville and Bella Vista coming in right around 200 units. Price, Fayetteville stands at 219 and Bentonville at 226. Those are the high marks, with Springdale and Bella Vista coming in at slightly above and beyond the 150 mark. Price per square foot. Fayetteville always near the top, but being tied with Bentonville this time, as you see that downtown Bentonville area that's becoming white hot. Rogers coming in at $86 a foot, and Springdale and Bella Vista coming in at $74 a foot. Days on market has dropped. We're now seeing houses take about 4 months to get off the market throughout the municipalities. So, looking at some multi-year trends. 2010 unit sales were at 4176. They increased a little bit in 2011 and 2012, and then up sharply this year at 5691. Overall price stood at 172 in 2010, dropped a little in 2011 at 164, and then started a nice increase in 2012 and 2013, ending up at 194,000. Price per square foot, $77 was the average in 2010. Dropped slightly in 2011, and then has had a nice increase in 2012 and 2013, ending at $87 a foot. Again, this is Washington and Benton County. Distressed properties. These accounted for about 31% of the market in 2010. That number increased a little bit in 2011 as we flushed out those foreclosures and short sales. That number was about 35%. Then in 2012, it dropped sharply to 19%, and we continue that reduction. In 2013, it stands at 17%. New construction. About 9% of the sales in 2010 were homes that were built the same year. That number decreased in 2011, has increased nicely in 2012, and now in 2013, about 14 out of every 100 sales are new construction. Taking a look back at 2005, just to get an idea of how crazy the market was back there, sales were 6,523, so almost a cool 1,000 units over where we are now. Average price was about 191,000, a little bit less than where we are now, but if you look at the price per square foot, that number stood at a staggering $96 a square foot. We didn't even have a field to track distressed properties in the MLS at that point in time, so that number is hard to find. However, because we didn't have a field, that should let you know how insignificant that distressed quotient was. New construction was about 20% of the market data. Another surprising statistic was that the list price to sales price ratio in 2005 was 114%. That due to the crazy lending that was going on at the time. People were often borrowing more than the actual purchase price of the house. As always, these numbers were mined from the Arkansas Regional Multi-List Service, verified and sometimes with the Washington County and Benton County tax records, and information is deemed accurate but is not guaranteed. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next quarter.